All right, guys, you're not ready for this. I'm not sure I'm ready for this. We have a wild OTF knife, which is actually a karambit. And we have an epic EDC pocket knife, folding knife for you. Both of these from TacKnives, the Cruella and the Intruder. Let's jump into these. You got to see it to believe it. Now, I first saw both of these quite a while ago. Now, I reviewed a version of the prototype of the Intruder when it was just called the I don't have a name. And this is way better. So stick around for this. We're going to do it second. These are not available right now, but I think they're working to get more. And so to me, this is just incredible, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now, if you guys don't know much about TacKnives, first of all, I'll have a link down below, and I have a code, Knives Fast, and I think if I remember correctly, it gets you 20% off. I'll have whatever it is in the description. I think it's 20% off. You know, they have the zipper, they have the bulldog, they have a bunch of different OTF knives, but I saw this one first at Blade Show, and it's literally a tactical OTF Karambit. Yes, you know, I'm not much of a self-defense with a knife kind of guy. I'm not trained. I don't do martial arts with a knife. I don't know any of that stuff, but this is most definitely a little bit different than what I would usually use. Most of the time for me, a knife like, you know, most of the knives are tools. This is definitely meant to be more of a self-defense or a weapon. Now, what I can grade here is how good is the action. Now, first of all, if you look at this switch doesn't have overly aggressive knurling, so it works well. You can see I do have to force it a little ways before it goes off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you see that? So that's your safety, is the amount of time it takes you to do that, and the amount of force it takes to do that. But you can see it is very snappy. Now, a lot of people have asked me, is it a problem having that so close to your hand where it's coming out? And I would say no, unless you have really massive hands. If you do, you can see on me, it's right at the edge here. So I would worry a little bit if I had even bigger hands than I do. Now, it's aluminum, has a ring, does have a reversible clip, not deep carry. This ring will stick out. Very nicely done. There's your screws that hold this in. Clamshell, I guess you would say. Now, once you know, it would be very difficult for you to hold this knife like this and deploy it, and I'm not sure why you would want to do that. So really the way to deploy this knife is holding it like that. Now, could you cut with it like this? Sure you could. Once it's deployed, it has some puncture ability because it's got that crazy tip. And as you can see, it is a heck of a cutter. I mean, this could definitely be used for pruning. It could be used for anything. You know, anything you would cut, you could use this to just open packages if you wanted to. But the chief purpose of this is obviously as a karambit in this kind of a punching grip or slashing grip. I am not your guy. I'm not trained for that, but really cool. Now, you do have a nice sharpening choil. There is a little bit of movement, but not a lot of rattle. I'll be honest, it's pretty stable. Now, these are made by Best Tech, and they are running $219 for this version. There are different versions with some carbon fiber. Now, these are all appear to be available. There's a red carbon fiber. Yep, there is a black carbon fiber. There's the black G10, which is what you see here. And then there's the same three with black blades. So you have $219.95 for all 6 versions. They all appear to be available. And again, you can use my code KnivesFast for, I believe, 20% off. Sorry, I can't remember, but I think that's what it is. But yeah, super snappy, as you can see, and a lot of fun. You know, again, and could be used, but again, you would need to deploy it like this and then use it like that if you wanted to use it in a hawk bill kind of formation. If you want to use it as a karambit, then it's the reverse grip like so. So that is the Kruella from TacKnives. And no, it's not Cruella de Vil, it's just Kruella. Now it is 6.04 inches overall with a 4.9 inch handle and a 2.71 inch blade length. Blade thickness, 3 millimeters, which I believe is what, 1.2 or something like that inches. 0.12, I'm sorry. Stainless steel clip, stainless steel screws, stainless steel hardware. It is aluminum, and then of course G10. And are you really not going to tell me the blade steel? These are made by Best Tech. It does not tell me. Magnica, there we go. So $219 made by Best Tech, which first of all means the price tag's always going to be higher. And with Magna-Cut steel, that's pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. And the PVD versions are not any more expensive. So I like that they just made a price and ran with it. So really, really cool. Now, those are all in stock. Now, unfortunately, it appears that the Intruder is sold out. And guys, this thing, listen to the sound. Did you hear that? Listen again. Yeah. Crazy sound. Sounds a little bit like a certain concept Thunderhead. You have this amazingly stippled, or I don't know what you'd call it, titanium. You do have a chamfer here, kind of for looks. You do have a frame lock with a steel insert. It is in Magna-Cut, just like the other one. You've got kind of this battleship gray motif here, kind of, you know, beautiful, beautiful. You have a hole and a fuller to flick out of. You have thumb studs, and the thumb studs are removable. So if you would like to take them off, like a lot of people have told me, you can. It is kind of a reverse tanto or sheep's foot with a ton of jimping. Does feel really nice in the hand, and I like this look to me better than the shiny silver one that I had in for review. Lots of pockets for milling, for weight reduction. Your lock bar relief is on the inside. It is a titanium milled clip that worked well for me. No issues there. It is not reversible. You do have a back spacer with some jimping and a lovely, whatever you call this, Casey, a lanyard pin. Really nice indeed. Good front flipper, by the way. I didn't talk about that. The jimping on the front flipper is fantastic. Your lockup is like 30%. No lock rock, no blade play. You can back up and have a 4-finger grip here with this contoured titanium. Or you can choke up like so. Now, when you get up here choked up, it is a good grip for cutting, as you can see, or you can back up and cut just fine as well. Really slicey. It is a hollow ground blade, which is fantastic. Now, it is a Best Tech knife, but these are $289. $289. Hopefully, they'll have more soon. Now, they call this a dark bead blast on the handle. 4.23 ounces overall with a 7.87 inch blade. And a 4.55 inch handle, which again, 4-finger grip, no issue. 3.3 inch blade with a 4 millimeter thickness, so a little thicker than the Kruella. Hollow ground with a dark acid wash. T8 screws. Titanium backspacer. T10 pivot. And it is $289 made by Best Tech. 62 to 63 on the Magna-Cut. Now, if we see these together, you can see now it's interesting. We need to talk about the way they're measuring these, okay? So if you look, first of all, at the Intruder's 7.5, and I think they called the Kruella 6, but I don't know if they're giving you to the end of the handle. They had 6.5. It is more like 7.25. If you measure it like so. So I'm not sure where they're getting their measurements from, but I was just reading it off of the website. Now, if you look at the 8-inch Tempest pinion, you can see it's bigger than both, and this 7-inch Tempest microburst is a little bit smaller than both, okay? So really interesting knives indeed, and great options. I hope they get these. By the way, good access to the lock bar with the chamfer. on bearings, nice and smooth, perfect detent, great sounds. People are going to want these, so I hope they get them back in stock soon. And the Kruella is pretty dang cool as well. Let me know what you think of the TacKnives Kruella and the TacKnives Intruder. Give me a thumbs up, give that comment down there, like and subscribe, and make sure you've hit that notification bell to all. And thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.